on those 2 days a week, I would get tons of work done. And now it's like, okay, we're home 24/7. It's finding time to manage work, home, and them. Um, so I was at least accommodated to working from home somewhat with them. Um, but, we had the parents' day out, and we had my parents to help when I was, overwhelmed with work. So now it's finding time, yeah, whatever moment I can find. And then also finding time for me to just decompress.
Yeah, see, I'm having a hard time with that. So my husband's still working. And he only works with 2 other guys, and they don't really work with the public. But it's hard to just, I never have any me time. And I never realized how important that was until you don't break up.
Yes.
So
lately, rather than working during nap, which is what I should do, I have just been taking time to just sit and either read or watch TV, just to have where nobody else is around and do what I want to do. So, it's probably not the best choice of time and what I should be doing with nap time, but I think it's important.
For your sanity.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's really worth it. And I think we have, as moms, feel guilty. We should be doing something else.
I should be cleaning or whatever, but
no, but I feel like it's really important for us to do that, because if mom is not happy, no one's happy kind of thing. If I'm going crazy, then everyone is just going to have to suffer for it. So
yes.
I need to figure out, because I'm pretty sure my kids and my husband think that I'm a crazy woman and awful lately, because I don't know. Even just talking with other people that aren't in my house, and now that we're combined in the house, just going and talking to clients that aren't, that's even therapy alone by itself. I can get to do that. So I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. So are you trying to do anything daycare routine? Are y'all just winging it?
We usually keep a similar routine every day. They usually wake up about 7:30. We watch a little TV and snuggle with milk, and then we'll have breakfast, and then I just let them play while I try to work a bit, and then kind of do whatever. We try to keep our lunch and nap routine the same, and I've always done that, even on the weekends. That way they know this is our set time. And not to say that's not flexible, it is flexible, but it's definitely helped me stay sane. So
yeah,
that's what that works for us.
Bad about schedule. I always wanted to do homeschooling, especially whenever now Abel's at home. He came home a week before this all happened and switched new job and everything. But before, he was on the road, and I was like, oh, that'd be so fun. We could do homeschool and travel with him.
Go with him. Mm-hmm.
But now I'm bad about time management, and to get everything done and to make sure. And whenever y'all get to this new math and everything, I don't know how they do it at all. So I'm just nope. This was a lesson learned that homeschooling is not for us. And Gabby misses her friends and everything. And, she's 12, so she's at that age. But, yeah, no way could I do homeschool, because I'm awful with that, man. Even the weekends, whenever they were in school, I didn't keep Gracelyn on a good nap schedule. Poor teachers now. Those teachers earn it all. They need a raise, because now I will keep her on schedule. Yes. I'm oh my goodness, it's awful. So not that it's awful for kids. I don't want anyone to think that I am enjoying the time with my kids, but I praise teachers and preschool and daycare for letting us have our time. So
I will never complain about paying for daycare ever again.
No, exactly. This has made us grateful.
Yes.
For them, most definitely. That's why I think teachers should get paid way more than what they get paid. Definitely.
Okay. I don't think we're live anymore again.
Why does it keep on going off?
Are you recording this?
It says it's recording.
Okay, yeah, it does. You may just have to post the recording.
Post the recording.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That might be
because
easier.
it doesn't
lasts for like
show.
5 to 8 minutes every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wonder, should I stay on Facebook? It just throws me off because I'm going just to the Zoom to watch us because it throws me off because it's delayed. And it's not good.
Maybe you should stay on it, but like
Minimize ours.
Yeah, that way you don't see it.
See it on. I'm just gonna do that one more time, just to figure it out for next time, maybe. Well, I had a lot of moms that were like, well, I really wanted to go on with you, but I don't know how to do any of that. And I was like, I don't either.
We're gonna figure it out.
I just wanted to socialize with somebody.
Yes.
All right. Hold on, ladies. I'm sorry. Stop that. Uh-oh, what happened?
You're just tearing up their toys.
Hey, but they might fight, but at least they have someone to play with.
Yes.
But Graceland, she wants me to play all the time. And I feel guilty sometimes, but it's always whenever I'm in the middle of trying to get something done.
Mm-hmm. I feel that way too, but then I'm also like, you have a built-in friend. Run along.
There you go. Okay, so now I think we're live. Again.
Yes.
We've delayed. I wonder if I don't see any settings that it like turns off. But I will post the one I recorded on Zoom whenever we're done. Okay. So Kaylee, so you're still working. You said you're fixing to go back to work. Tell us about you. What's your new normal?
Well, really, this new normal is kind of like our normal already. I guess we were just really lame beforehand and we didn't realize that.
Well, that's good though, because then you're not like in shock or, like going in.
I mean, the only thing that's killing me is like you always talk about my alone time. And it took me a long time because I was a stay-at-home mom for 9 months with my daughter until I struggled with postpartum depression so bad that I told my husband, if I don't go to work and get out of this house, at least for a few hours a day, like this isn't good. I need to get away. And I felt really bad, for feeling like that with my firstborn that we tried so long to have. And so I started working again, and I work at the bank right now, which I'm actually going to be starting to stay home because I'm pregnant with our second one, and this pregnancy hasn't been the easiest.
Aww, but I'm so excited for you, but I'm sorry. I know. I love babies and everything, but I hate it being pregnant. I had the worst pregnancies.
With my daughter, I literally cried every day. Like, with my first daughter, I hated being pregnant. I told my mom, I was like, how can someone who wanted a baby so bad literally hate this? And I just could not. I was sick for 8.5 months with her. And then this pregnancy, I've been sick nonstop, like morning, day, night. And they have me on like 4 different medicines. None of them work. And then I was just in the hospital because I had strep, the flu, and then sepsis. So it like all hit at once. And so I was out of work for almost a whole month because then 2 weeks before that, Lakin was in the hospital with the stomach bug for a week. And it's just,
Oh, no.
so it all started as soon as this COVID started. So Ours was just mainly being sick, and it wasn't even from COVID. It was from everything else. But mine is just, I go to work, I work a half a day. My mom watches my daughter. My mom and my mother-in-law, they switch off. And it's been a little crazy lately. And then, I just been wanting to have that alone time, but it's really hard whenever everything is closed, and then you can't really. My husband literally goes to work still and then comes home and then like goes fishing or something because he's like, I can't do nothing else, and then I'm stuck here with a baby. It's like,
Yeah, and I was going to talk about that. Like, I mean, it's hard for husbands to understand what it's like
oh yeah.
home all day. Like, I feel very needy.
I know. I feel like I told him the other day, I was like, I know I'm probably not the best person to be around right now because I've been sick, I'm pregnant, and I feel like I'm just stuck here in this house. Even though I do go to work, I work 2 minutes down the road, and I get to, socialize with 2 other people all day or for 4 hours a day. But then I just come back home and I have to clean and then take care of a baby and get her to bed. And we have tried routines. I'm like Sharla. I'm not a routine person. I just can't follow them. Plus, my child does not sleep, and she hasn't since we brought her home from the hospital. So
it really shaked her world too.
So it's like we try to go fishing with Dad whenever we can, but staying, because that's what he does.
Yeah.
Me and my
his time.
I like to get my nails and toes done. That's how I go and, relax. And even though it's only an hour away, an hour away from them, but it still helps me so much. And I can't do that. So trying to be sick and still go out is not, because they said it could take me about 4 months to get my energy back. And by gosh, they weren't joking.
Wow.
I'm just tired all the time.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to do anything, but then I don't want to be stuck here.
I know, and I know, I see that we ended on Facebook.
Oh.
Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
So it's just doing 5 minutes. It has to be something that I have set, I think.
It's weird.
Because I stayed on it this time and just had y'all in a small. There. I'm trying to see before I go if it has anything on time. On like pages, can you only go 5 minutes?
I thought you could pretty much go as long as you wanted.
That's what I thought, and I don't see any time, but it's like right at 5 minutes, it's cutting us off. I don't see anything on settings, but all right, sorry, Haley, we cut you off.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So you were talking about you just feel tired all the time, but I even feel like because I'm not in a routine, or we're not in no kind of routine at all, because I'm awful with that if we sleep in or we stay out late, like I'm good if I get out of my pajamas.
Yeah.
Have something that y'all have to get out of your pajamas. Like you have to go in. So do y'all each, Taryn and Kaylee, do y'all go in every day?
I go in every day. Or I'm working from home constantly. So like I have my personal laptop and then I have my work laptop like over here.
Yeah, I go in from 2 to 6 every day.
Can't do my hair or anything because my roots are so bad and can't
This is as much makeup as I have done in about 4 weeks, and it's
really?
mascara.
So, but whenever y'all go to work, like you're at the bank, are y'all don't let anyone come, so y'all are just.
Our lobby is still open. We're still full functioning just like we would on a regular basis.
Oh, y'all are? Okay. You just have to like follow the 6 feet. No?
We don't wear gloves. We don't wear masks. We're not allowed to. And
What?
the 6-foot rule.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's been a little different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just sanitize. Like we have
And I bet you're like, I mean, being pregnant and stuff, man. I mean, I'm always a germ freak, but whenever I was pregnant and had a newborn, I was super crazy.
that's how
Sanitary.
Nolan is not happy with it at all, just because he's like, your immune system's already compromised right now from still trying to get over being sick and then going and stealing. Money's gross. Like, it's just
Yeah. It is. I'm with you. I see someone was like washing their money. I was like, that's
we were like Lysol every time it came in, just like Lysol it down really quick. But yeah, no, we aren't following any of the CDC guidelines, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yep. Not from choice. I mean,
Right.
I would rather wear gloves than a mask, but
yeah. But they're just not enforcing it.
no, they don't want us to. They want us to keep it as normal as possible, they say. So
That's crazy.
That's scary.
it is, especially when you have little ones at home.
Yeah, because you don't want to bring anything.
So y'all, part of my new normal is like, so both of my doctors are like at the hospitals in the morning, and then they're both in clinic in the afternoon, and they're seeing all of like the patients that are in the hospital with it. So like I come home, I go to my back door, I like literally strip down, like go straight to the shower because I'm so afraid I'm going to give her something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, my husband's not even working with other people, and I'm already like stripped down and go straight to the shower.
Yeah.
That's what my husband takes his clothes off and stuff at the door, and then he'll come in and go to the shower, and I'll put his stuff in the washing machine.
Yep.
But that's why whenever I was in the hospital, because they tested me for COVID, and I literally told them, because I had to be by myself, and they didn't know what was going on yet. They were in full-on hazmat suits, and like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like already in pure panic mode because I'm pregnant, not knowing what's going on, and I thought I was gonna die. Like I legit my blood pressure and stuff was so low that even my doctors were worried about, and I told my husband, I was like, I'm about to send you a picture and you're going to laugh at this. Like whenever it came back negative. These people, I mean, I know they're doing it for the safety of everybody, but they were full on like the infectious disease docs are coming in with a full on hazmat suit like that you see in movies.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I'm trying not to laugh because I don't feel good, and they're walking in like this, and I'm like, I don't have it. I can tell y'all right now, I told them I had the flu. Like, I knew I had the flu. And it was just, I don't know, it was kind of funny because I was like, I don't have it. And I was so weak, I couldn't get myself up out of bed to go to the bathroom, and they wouldn't put a catheter in. And so I'm calling my nurse, and I'm like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. She's like, well, we're not allowed to come in but every 2 hours when we need to do blood work. And I was like, well, I got to go. Like, I'm pregnant and I need to go, like, right now. And they wouldn't come in. So bladder just released everywhere in the bed because I literally had no way to pull myself up to walk to the bathroom. Like, that's how weak I was. And they didn't even come in to help clean me up or anything.
That's
because
terrifying.
they couldn't come in unless it was like on their marks until my COVID came back negative, and then of course they could come in whenever. But
Okay, can I ask what hospital this was?
it was in Fort Worth, Baylor.
Oh, I was gonna say if this is Providence, like there's about to be some hill raised.
No, it's where I'm gonna be having my baby, and my OBGYN was out of town at the time. So when I got back because they released me within 24 hours, and with sepsis, they're supposed to keep you,
Yeah.
for at least a week. And they released me, and they told my OB it was because they needed the beds for the COVID patients.
Well,
I'm sorry that you dealt with all that.
Yeah, I like tell my kids, please just don't get hurt. Like we do not. The worst
don't go to the hospital if you do. Just fix them at home.
Yeah.
It would probably be better.
You can. I'd probably be passing out if it was something to do with blood or something. I'm bad at that. That's why I could never be a nurse.
Yeah, me too. I can't do blood.
I can't do nothing. Like, and even my own kids, like, it's hard. Abel said, I'm going to be SOL if he's not home and I have to do something.
Yeah, I'm not good with that either. Like, even just her bumping her head or something, I go in like pure panic mode. Like, oh my gosh, she's got a concussion. Like, we gotta go.
I'm swollen. Girl, and I can't stay off of Google. I'm like the worst. Google, I think I'm a Google doctor. I can diagnose everyone. Karen's probably like, y'all stay off of that Google.
I'm like, oh gosh, you've got cancer in your toe or something from bumping.
Yeah, I can make myself have everything, girl. I can do it all. So, alrighty.
So I had a question for y'all.
Uh-huh.
Just like momming, like how do y'all keep your marriage alive while trying to be a new mom?
Oh, that's
hard.
it is very hard. And especially I was gonna even the husbands or whatever, even now, like I have a 12-year-old and a 4-year-old home all the time. So even like me and my husband just having alone time, it's not
happening
at all.
And then by the end of the day, it's you just want to go to sleep,
Yes. Yeah. So like even like
actual sleep.
Yeah. I'm just like at the end of the day, I'm so sorry, but like I'm just tired. Like to talk like we're drifting, like gosh, that's awful to say, but I don't feel like we have any time together. There's definitely I've seen people like do date do that whenever you like moms that can. I mean, it's just it's impossible. I feel like, but even so, it's hard even without the situation that we're in, especially new moms, like because you have that mom guilt and everything. So now it's really hard. So I don't have an answer because I can't make it work or do it. Like I'm not. I mean, like before this, we would try to do date nights at least every other week, even if it was just like a movie or something like that. But
grocery shopping together, even.
Oh gosh, taking my husband to the grocery store, I'd probably. Oh no.
Yeah, our bill would probably be 3 times if my husband. And it would all be junk food.
Yes.
All the little Debbie snacks would be in the cart.
And who eats those? Me. I would
exactly
every night if those were in my house. That's why we're not allowed to buy them.
Yeah. Like zebra cakes in the bed while I watch my movie to go to sleep.
I know. And that time, that's my time. I can't even like I try to do keto and all that, and I'm trying to do stuff, but gosh, at nighttime, whenever everyone is asleep and I do have like that me time, if I'm not already passed out with them, like a cup of ice cream and watch a movie or something. So I know. I definitely could not have him go shopping.
Yeah. The biggest thing that we do, which we did before kids, is trips. And we decided to make that a priority even after our twins came. Let's see, they were born in February of 18. I think our first trip together after they were born was the following March. It might have been before that. I can't remember. But yeah, the guilt is there, but that's also my job is traveling. So it's just a big part of what I do and me. And, that was what we did for our relationship before kids, and we made it a priority after. So now we're are really itching for a trip, and we can't go anywhere. So that's a big thing for us. Even if it's just a weekend or a night away, it makes a big difference.
I do think that. So me and Abel, we had our first whenever we were really young. So before marriage, but it all ended up working out and we got married. But so we never did that. And then I don't even remember, Dana, you did that trip for
Mm-hmm.
us that we went with 2 other couples years ago.
It's It's been a few years,
It's
2 or
been a
3
few
years.
So I feel like that is, and it was a game changer for our relationship.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we did like a little less than a week in Mexico by ourselves without kids, and that was the first
Mhm.
ever gone without kids. And I feel like it is a game changer.
Yeah, and you don't really realize it until you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really fathom like
To
what a
leave.
difference it makes until you do it.
Yeah. And I think why it took us so long to do that is because I was terrified
Mhm.
leaving my kids, even though they were with my mom. I knew that they were safe, but
Right.
the fact if something was to happen, I would be far away.
Yeah, I get really bad anxiety just thinking of, like, my mom keeps my daughter, she tries to keep her at least once a week so we can sleep. Because when I say she doesn't
Mhm.
sleep, I mean she's up every hour on the hour all night long. And she doesn't.
I a post about that.
Yeah, like, I was in tears the day when I was posting that. Like, I just need sleep. And so
I mean, if you don't get sleep, it's
Yeah.
and then it makes me and him bicker back and forth because we're both so
Mhm.
tired. And I mean, we get better sleep when she sleeps in bed with us
Yeah.
because but then we're like, okay, we need her out of our bed because we need that alone time at nighttime where we can snuggle. And but it's hard to pick which one we want to, deal with, getting up every 5 minutes or at least getting an hour to 2 hours of sleep at a time. And so my mom tries to keep her once a week, but we're just both so exhausted at that point that we don't want to spend time together. We literally just go get in bed and go to sleep as soon as we're home. So it's really hard, but we try to travel. Before we had kids, we've been together since we were 16. So, and we had our first child when I was 23. So we traveled all before. And when we had my daughter, my husband booked Vegas for us when she was 4 months old. And I mean, like, booked it, paid for it, came home and was like, hey, we're leaving for Vegas. And I was like, what? I'm not leaving my baby. Like,
Yeah.
and I had really bad anxiety the whole time, cried the whole time we were gone. And then even like last night, my mom kept her, and I couldn't sleep because my anxiety gets so bad. Like, oh my gosh, what if something happens in the middle of the night and I don't wake up and they call me a million times and I'm not there fast enough? Or I've always struggled with that really bad. And
I'm with you. And with my second
I
one,
think that's normal.
it got better with my second one. Like,
I
thought everyone was, I mean, and with both of them, but like, because you had two, I don't know what it is. And I thought everyone was crazy. Like, oh yeah, right. Like, that's going to get better. But it's still there, but it does get better. And it does get better as they get older. So,
yeah. I mean,
Like what age older? Because I'm still like,
yeah. I still worry about Gabby secretly. She would be embarrassed. But older. Like 10. It got better for Gabby. But I don't know. It does get better though, because I just have, and I feel better that knowing that other people are like that, because
all my friends make me feel like
get
I'm
up
crazy.
in the middle of the night and make sure that
No, we want our kids to go, and I'm like, what? What's wrong with me? Like,
It's not necessarily like a want as much as it's a need.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, it's a want too, but it's more so a need to have that time.
Yeah.
And I think if you push yourself to do it, it comes normal. And then you realize how much it changed your personality, and if you make yourself go do a trip, you realize how much that helped your relationship with your husband. So I think that's another thing, growing. So I just pushed myself to do it. And I'm talking about whenever I got on the plane for that trip to go to Mexico. So there's no, if something happened, I can just drive a couple hours. We're in Mexico. Yeah. So, like, I'm telling y'all, I had to go get me a glass of wine and stuff. I went to go throw up. I was going to go in panic mode. The night before, I told my husband, we just wasted all this money. We ain't going. Like, I'm not going. We're just, like, I'm talking, I was sick. But once you get there, I knew there was no way I could turn around and go back. I knew if we went somewhere that I could drive back, I probably would have drove back at night. So I knew once we got there, I had to give it to God. And I knew they were safe with my mom. She's probably crazier than me.
Yeah.
So I knew they were safe with my mom, and I just had to give it to God, and I knew that I couldn't go get them. So it like gave me a relax, like, okay, I can do me now, or, you know, and so, and that might sound selfish, but once I did it, I got it.
It's not selfish at all.
I know. And that's another thing. I have friends that have kids going off to college and stuff, and now they have no idea, you know, who each other are. And I'm trying to work on that because I don't want that to get to that point where we're just like, okay, now who are we? You know, like, or whatever. It's just, I think, and that's why there's so many divorces and stuff. We forget about our relationship with our husband.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I think that's important. And it's not always easy. Like, I probably want to divorce my husband on a daily basis. Okay, get out. Like, we need, you know, I was used to him traveling, and so it's very hard now. We can't go anywhere. I'm like, please, can you go to your shop and go do something because you're driving me insane. So we're also relearning how to live with each other all the time.
I feel like you never stop having to learn about your significant other. I feel like you're always having to, maybe just because we got married so young, that I feel like we're having to grow together and try to learn, like, because you change a lot from when we're 16. We're not who we were, you know, so trying to figure out who we are as adults and not be, because me, I'm a needy person. I'm not a touchy-feely person like with other people, but with my husband, like, I need that all the time. And then I feel like I wasn't like that back then. So he's like, wait, what? Because he's not like that at all. And so it's just hard to move on from and be now, like, do this now as, I guess, adults, you know, with kids.
Yeah. And whenever you add a baby in the mix, it's like, whoa, you know, like,
yeah, it
felt like whenever we added a baby in the mix and we were young, I was so focused on the baby, I forgot about my husband, you know, so that too, and then they feel left out, so that's another thing. It's just juggling.
I didn't realize that my mother-in-law had to mention that, like, you do realize you're still married, like, y'all don't just have a kid together now. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do have
yeah. Forgot about that. Forgot about you.
Oh.
So I know it's hard, but I think it's always just keep on learning, and like we always need to realize that it's always, like, I always tell Abel, if we have a bad day, just go to sleep, we'll try again tomorrow. Like, it's gonna happen. So, and it's just learning, and I don't think anyone can get it perfect or get it right, but
Yeah,
as long as you don't give up, that's hard. So
sometimes you want to be like,
yeah, as I said, like on the weekly, I probably am like, okay, go away. That's normal. So do you have anything else, any other questions y'all want to ask each other? No?
Cutie girl.
All right, well, I think we're about done if y'all don't have anything else. Thank y'all for jumping on and having, well, I'm having coffee. I don't know if y'all are having coffee.
I'm having my coffee, which is soda. I don't drink coffee. So.
Like, and my coffee is just black coffee, the darkest. Yeah. I'm just like, I love it. Oh, and I can drink it all day long. It could be like 107 degrees outside, and I'm still going to have my black coffee.
oh, good.
That's all I drink is black coffee or water. That's all I need.
That's good, though. That's good.
I got to have my Coke.
Coke. I don't know. I got rid of sodas, I guess about 3 or 4 years ago, and I just cannot stand the taste of them.
Really?
That's good.
I mean, and I've tried, like, I've like wanted a Big Red. Big Red was like my weakness, and I can't even do a Big Red float with homemade.
Well, that's so sweet. Big Red is so sweet.
I know, but man, I used to love it, but now I can't. And I don't.
I stopped it for like 3 months after having Lakin, and then there was like that one, like it was around the holidays, you know, and that's everyone brings soda. And I was like, oh, that Coke looks really good. And then I and then I stopped drinking again. And I couldn't put it down.
I know, it's addicting. And I mean, I remember like I would used to have a soda all day long. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, and just black coffee, water. So y'all like the creamer and
Well,
yeah.
I was like a little bit though, like just a little dash with a little bit of sugar.
and I used to be like whenever I drank all the sodas and everything, but I would be that one that had a little bit of coffee with a creamer, like
That's me.
be all creamer. But no, I just like it black. I don't know. I blame it on because whenever we were little, my grandma used to give me and my cousins like a little bit of milk, and we'd feel important if she would put like a dash of coffee in there or something. So I blame it on her. That's why I like it. So, alrighty. Well, I guess that's it. If y'all don't have any other questions for each other, thank y'all for doing this. I needed some.
Thank you for
So
doing you. Thank
The
you.
reason that I didn't get to
It's
do my
fun.
hair because the roots were bad, but I actually put on a little bit of makeup. So
My hair is just like air dried. It's
I wish mine looked like that when I air dry.
That's what I was thinking. So, girls, well, y'all have a good rest of the day.
You too.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.